Hey team, how you doing? Just want to check in with you guys and share a quick lesson for this week. But I want to get into a little something before I get into the lesson, and I have a question for you. We're all quarantined and we're dealing with what we're dealing with right now. So our life has had to change. Things are a little bit different now, or quite a bit different now than they were, say, a few weeks ago. But the question I want to ask you is, what have you learned? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about, for some of you, your family, your interactions, your stress levels, your angst levels when things don't go your way or you're no longer in control? What have you learned? And it's a very simple question, but it's a question that will get you to think. It'll get you to think a little bit more about how you react to situations and how you show up in certain situations. And a time like this, for many, is an opportunity, an opportunity for growth and an opportunity to accelerate yourself forward by actually slowing down right now and take a good look at what's going on in your life, what's going on around you, and think about it. Think about where you are right now and the things that maybe have been taken away. Is your life that much worse? And what were the things that you were doing that were actually causing you quite a bit of frustration or quite a bit of stress? Because a lot of us, we do things that don't really give us a positive return on our time investment or our happiness investment, but we do them because we think we have to do them. And we keep attacking this list that keeps on growing and growing and growing, or these objectives that keep showing up, or these ideas that we keep attacking. But ultimately, which one of those are serving you and serving you well? And that's what this opportunity gives us a chance to think about. And I keep going back to opportunity because we have an opportunity. There's not many times we have in our life outside of that 1 week vacation or those few weeks that we may spend in the Hamptons in the summer where we get to actually relax but work at the same time. So let's take advantage of this time and see it as a great opportunity. And one of those opportunities that we have is to train and get ourselves in great physical shape, clean ourselves up, maybe lose those 5 to 10 pounds that have been lingering, or get ourselves in the best shape possible because maybe we didn't have the time to spend on getting in the best shape possible, but now we do. So I have a simple lesson for you today, and I want to share it with you. And it has to do with cells, right? Now, we have cells that when they fill up, right? Our body's made up of cells. So let's say right here, this is a cell and it's filled. It's filled because we ate, quite a bit of calories. We took calories in from multiple sources, proteins, carbs, and fats, right? So we're filling up our cells, right? Now let's say we don't exercise. We don't exercise and we don't burn any calories, but we continue to eat. And now we get what we call spillover. Okay, and what is that spillover? That spillover is those few extra inches that are on your waist, or those 5 to 10 pounds that you can't get rid of, all right? So now we have this set of cells here, and check it out, pretty cool. So we eat, right? And now what we do is we're gonna exercise, okay? So we exercise, right? That takes some of the fill away. Now what happens is we eat again. And based on basic metabolic rate, which is accelerated as a result of the exercise, or maybe you go for a walk at night, or maybe you find some other way to stay active, now you clear more space. Now we go to bed, right? We sleep, and during sleep we burn a lot more calories than we think. We actually drop a little bit more. And now our cell, as we start the next day, is empty. Now we eat breakfast, then we have some lunch, then we work out, and you can kind of see what's happening here. We open up space. So what happens is if we stay within this zone, we don't ever have spillover, meaning we don't have the weight gain, or we don't have the extra inches around our waist, right? Which is spillover. Now let's talk about fasting for a minute. It's sort of the same concept. I have my breakfast, which is a little bit later. I have my lunch. I work out, right? I have my dinner. and then I fast. And by fasting, boom, I take it all down. The longer I fast, the more I take out of that cell. And the same is true now. Let's take this one and use fasting as an example. You may be so full, your cells may be so full, right? That let's say you fast 1 or 2 nights. Well, you kind of trimmed the bushes a little bit on the side. Now let's say you fast again and you trim it again and you trim again, and you do that for about a week, and finally, after about a week to a few days to a week, you start to come back to the top of the cell, and now you can get going. You exercise and you eat and you keep everything in line, and eventually that cell can start to look like this one again. So I just wanted to give you a quick example of how things work at a cellular level as it relates to exercise and as it relates to diet. It's a very simple way to look at it. There's a lot more science behind it than that, but I wanted to use that as a quick illustration for you. And I wanted to do that also so you could understand even how fasting works, because it's a big topic of discussion right now. And some of you may have even done it and seen some results, but you could use true intermittent fasting, which is if you eat quite a bit today, well, tomorrow you could reduce your overall intake and it'll start to, again, vacate those cells. And then you can get yourself back on track. So if you have a big day of eating or you have a couple drinks, you can actually pull back and sort of get yourself back in that rhythm again. But start to understand and remember that diagram of how things work at a cellular level. And remember, very quickly, we have an opportunity right now. So take advantage of the opportunity. Take this time to become your best self. For those of you that run companies, ask yourself, where's my company running fat? Where have I been wasting time? Where have I been wasting resources, time and money? And think about that. And you'll get some really great answers. And when we come out of this thing, which we will, I truly believe we'll all come out better than we started. All right? Get your rest. Stay strong. Let's go. Coach Dana Cavalea. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.